me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart.
Real Estate Rant with Alex and Alonzo coming up next.
Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis, and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
And man of many talents, man.
Oh, dude, we got a lot of echo there.
Huh?
Hey, Alonso, how'd you get in that cave?
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Do we have him there, Mr. Pantalones? I can hear myself. Okay. Thanks for tuning in here at the Towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis.
Welcome to another episode of the most informative, exciting show you'll ever hear.
Do we have him there, Mr. Pantalones? Okay, thank you, sir. We here at the Real Estate Rant are proud supporters of and AJR and Associates, are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates and Stroke Awareness. You can log on to his website at www.strokeawareness101.com, or you can email him at michaelpaguilar@hotmail.com. You can also win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce, compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce. That is 25 hard-earned dollars for a prime rib steak, or Alonso and I actually had some pastrami.
Philly cheesesteaks, weren't they?
Was it Philly cheese? No, it was pastrami.
Pastrami?
Yeah, it was good, actually. 25 hard-earned dollars for that. If you call in 855-693-4897, or you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. We don't answer those emails on the show, but we do in subsequent shows. So, Mr. Alonso, what did we get last week?
This week's question comes out of Ev, out of City of Terrace, and it says, I was providing healthcare services for 2 family members in a home that I was renting. They could not replace a broken water heater, so I replaced it myself. Can I legally take it with me when I leave the home?
The water heater?
The water heater.
She installed it. It's an installed water heater?
She installed the water heater. I guess they couldn't afford, the landlord couldn't afford or didn't want to install it. So she ended up installing the water heater. Now she's asking if she could take it when she leaves the home. It's a rented home.
Okay, so I would... man, you know, that's a legal question, but I'm going to take a stab at it, okay?
Let's put out the disclaimer first. We're not attorney, but our answers are humble opinions.
Okay, so my take on that. So she's the tenant. Come on in, Minnie. She's the tenant, and she didn't have a water heater.
I guess it was broken, so she replaced it with the water heater of her own, and I guess she covered the cost and putting it in herself. And now she's wondering if she leaves the home, can she take the water heater?
Okay, I'm gonna say just on a flat answer, just yes, you can.
No, I think I'm gonna give you the
the legal beagle.
Yeah, the contrary or it's
contrary Bernice.
Well, absolutely not. It becomes now a permanent fixture, and that's real estate 101.
It becomes a permanent fixture.
A permanent fixture on the
of the property.
Of the property. So you cannot replace something unless you're willing to replace it with the old water heater. You're gonna put in the back the old water heater and take your new one. But I mean, how much could a water heater cost? A used water heater.
Okay, so let's delve into that for a second, Alonso. So what would have been the recourse for the tenant now? Because now her water heater is not working, the landlord is not putting it in. Let's talk about that for a second. My take on it is that what she should have done was hold on to the rent, put it into an escrow account, and demand that the water heater be put in, because it makes the property uninhabitable.
And that's correct. I mean, the landlord has failed as to provide his legal responsibilities of providing that water heater. That should have been provided by the landlord. So, I mean, like, there's other ways of doing it about it. And instead of taking the initiative and install it yourself, then you should, put it into an escrow account, and then, let the landlord know that you're taking it, you're withdrawing it from the rent because of the fact that they need to have a working water heater.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on that. And so, the tenant had to take the sword, in her own hands, right, and put the water heater in. It's interesting to know. So did you look that up on a legal website or something?
It was a legal website where the answer came, and it's the recourse of it of taking it back. They shouldn't take it back. They can. It's a permanent fixture now. There's legal recourses on the landlord.
So I have a question for you now. So what if the tenant does take it? Then what? What recourse now does the landlord have to say, well, no, that belongs to me now? I mean, I really think that a landlord would be stupid to go into court asking for something that the tenant put in. Really, I mean, that's just my take on it.
Well, I
So
believe
you're probably
like I
right
said, it
about
became
the
a
legal.
permanent fixture when you put it in. But what is the value of a used water heater? Perhaps $100. I mean, ask the owner for compensation for
a-
future rent.
A
That's
used water heater? So she.
well. Now it became used because
Because she
she's
used
used it
it.
all these years, and why would you want to take it in the first of all?
Yes,
Sell it
yes.
for scrap metal.
Okay, well that's another issue. Okay, but I understand the question. She would want to take the water heater, but you're absolutely right. What are you gonna do with the used water heater? Anywhere else you move is gonna have one. Am I right about that?
Exactly. It's just some people's thinking.
Yeah, okay. Give us a call, 855-693-4897. In studio today, we have Mr. Manny Laface, if I said that correctly, Manny. And let's do a mic check real quick, Manny, if you can pull the mic up close to you there. On the
you bet.
stand here,
How's
just pull
this?
it back to you.
Okay.
There you go. Beautiful. Okay.
that okay?
I got you. I can hear you
Okay.
just fine. And
Thank you.
Manny is joining us now here in studio, live here, representing, I was going to say reserve, but it's actually reverse mortgage
Consultants, yeah.
with reverse mortgage consultants. Okay,
Correct.
I apologize. You can reach Manny at 626-233-5088, or you can email him at mannyforreverse@msn.com. If we can, Mr. Pantalones, if we can throw the design deal up. We had this one a couple weeks back, but I thought it was an interesting one. Nobody answered it, so let's throw it up again if we can. What kind of house is this? This particular house actually is area specific, and we don't see those around here too much, but actually looks like Norwalk, doesn't it? Like that big front window, does it?
Yeah.
Give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can win that $25 gift card to Steven's Steakhouse. And let's do the real estate fun fact. What do we got today, Mr. Alonso?
This week, fun facts is why was Pretty Boy Floyd, a gangster in the Great Depression era, was viewed positively by the general public?
All right, and just so you know, Manny, don't answer that question. If you happen to know the answer, we're trying to get somebody to call in, and if they get the answer to that real estate fun fact or to the design deal, or happen to have a question for myself, Alonso, or for Manny about reverse mortgage, we can. Oh, dude, are you serious right now? Oh man,
Oh, my
Mr. Pantalones is just driving me crazy here. If you happen to call in at 855-693-4897, you can win that $25 gift card.
Let us know why Pretty Boy Floyd was viewed positively by the
Even though if
by
you-
the general public, even though the answer was just put on. But for
If
those
you-
who didn't see it and want to call in, that $25 gift card is still available.
Yeah. If you just rewind your recording on your DVR there, you can you'll be able to see that. Yes. So on the real estate fun fact, though, that was interesting because that's actually some of the things that we battle as consumers now in the economy is our mortgages, right? And I'm not necessarily giving away the answer, but we all struggle with that, and the banks have a weird kind of way of following the trends, if you will, and continuing us to continue to pay mortgage. And it's interesting now, the question on the real estate fun facts that you got now, how it relates to our guest here, and in terms of reverse mortgage, because who's ever heard of that before? I mean, I think that's a fairly new concept, right, Manny?
That is correct. Yeah, it's coming into to fruition now, where it's more an acceptable tool for financial planners, and it's a retirement tool. Yes.
But it's a fairly new concept. How long would you say reverse mortgage has been around?
Well, they actually have been around since the mid 1980s. That's
Yeah,
how
I
far they
remember-
go back.
That's not that long. I mean,
No,
I'll be
I
honest.
remember seeing those infomercials for reverse mortgages where they were mail you out a VCR tape, and then it
right.
had one of those Ed McMahon on one of those
That's right. Exactly
shows.
right.
So
Ed
it's
McMahon?
been out for a while. Yeah, they've been. I mean, ever since I can remember, back in the early '80s, it
Yeah.
went.
Is he still around, Ed McMahon?
I think he's probably
don't know.
dead already. And
Ed McMahon?
No, I think he married a 20-year-old, and he's
Did he really?
happily ever after.
oh, so he's probably with he's probably at the Playboy Mansion with Hugh Hefner, living it up, living life to the
He's
fullest.
kicking back with Johnny Carson. I
That's
guess.
right. That's right.
All right. So anyway, give us a call at 556934897, or you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. We typically don't start up on the topic of the show until the second segment, but
Not a problem.
we ran out of material for the first segment,
Okay.
so let's give it a try, Mr. Manny.
Okay, sounds
if you
good.
can give us a short introduction about yourself.
Sure, yeah. My name is Mandy LaFosse. I'm a reverse mortgage consultant, and actually, I'm from New York City.
La Fosse, is that like a French
Yeah, it
thing?
is.
Or what French?
My father's from the south of France, from Marseille, and my mother's Puerto Rican. And so I was born in Puerto Rico. When he moved down there.
So you're a Boricua, what they call, right?
You got it, man.
What is that?
You got
Boricua,
it.
it's a Puerto Rican.
Puerto
It's a-
Rican?
it's a
I'm sure
Puerto
one of
Rican
the three guys ran. One of them knows. They know one of them is a Boricua.
Hey, he's a Puerto Rican with a good
Like-
sense of gourmet food, I would think.
Like J-Lo. She's Puerto Rican, too. She's a New Yorker.
With the
New
with the
Rican.
French side, right?
That's right.
Right, huh?
Yeah. Well, in the Caribbean, in Puerto Rico, primarily they don't have tortillas. It's French bread, and they cook with French sauces down there in the Caribbean. So it's really delicious food too.
In the States, we call them mutts.
Oh, Mr. Alonso's too much. So you were
Yeah, I'm sorry. So,
Go ahead.
So actually, then I moved out here about 30 years ago, and what I did, I got a real estate license, and then I got a real estate broker's license. Opened up my own company for about 15 years, and I just kind of took off. And but the thing is, after 25 years of doing real estate, I said, I kind of would like to slow down, and at least I thought that would happen. And I said, I'm going to change careers because I was slightly tired, So I was hired by Wells Fargo Bank as a reverse mortgage consultant when the main banks were doing it. And I just really loved it. And after the bank stopped doing reverse mortgages, I decided to go on my own. But I work for a brokerage where with a broker, you can shop around for the best, lowest rates for the clients and save them quite a bit more money.
So now you're not only selling Wells Fargo products, you're allowed to sell any product from all the different brokers now, right?
Exactly, yeah, from all the main wholesalers, so we can bring quality and low pricing and discounts to the seniors. So that's very important.
Hold up that. We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number one Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker.
And man of many talents.
There you go, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
Roll those R's, Alex.
Well, you know I got
Don't
it right
forget.
now, right here, and I can't get it right now here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. Which, again, I like to thank all the time to allow us to have the show and to articulate our thoughts on real estate and allow us to ensure the public trust by bringing individuals in that do work in the background of real estate, not just the real estate agents. And we've had a few real estate agents on the show, but never really covered the topic. So it's kind of nice to have individuals in the background. And it's funny too that I mentioned that mainly because a lot of the clients that I speak with, I tell them about some individuals in the background, whether it be, let's say, escrow, appraisal, loan, title
officers,
termite, home inspection, that kind of thing. And they don't know anything about those professions. They don't know anything about it or how it works or what goes on. So this is what the show is about. We want you to come in, listen in, get knowledgeable on those things, on the individuals that are in the background really doing the professional work. It's not just about the real estate agents. So no disrespect to the agents, because there's a lot of good agents out there, but we would like to bring light to the people that are in the background. So anyway, give us a call, 855-693-4897, or you can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. In studio today, we have Mr. Manny Lafosse from Reverse Mortgage Consultant. You can reach him at 626-233-5088. Or, and I'll say that again, 233-5088. You can email him at mannyforreverse@msn.com. And that's the number 4, Manny4Reverse. And we were talking. How does that look, Manny, by the way? What do you think about the website banner that I put up for you there?
And you do talk Spanish, ¿eh, Maño?
Hablo español, sí.
Okay,
Habla
órale.
español. Se habla español.
Okay.
Our Hispanic listeners.
I'll have to hit the SAP button right here.
X,
But anyway, I
Mexico.
pulled that off of the video that you
Thank
sent
you.
me. That was very nice, and I thought it was actually a nice video.
Yeah.
But I pulled that off there so we can show the folks that are out there how to get to your website, how to contact you.
Thank
and,
you very
put that
much.
website banner for you, okay?
Great, thank
Mr.
you.
Manny. So we were talking a little bit about. So you started off in the real estate business.
That's correct.
And then you kind of ventured off of real estate.
Right. As I matured, my work schedule, I wanted to kind of slow it down. At least I thought that.
So that's why you decided to stop doing real estate?
Well, I actually, the work, because I'm a workaholic, and I was working 60, 70 hours a week, and I said,
Is that all?
a little bit older, grandkids, I said, I want to start enjoying my life. But the thing is, I've taken on reverse mortgage, and I'm totally committed to the endeavor of bettering the lives of seniors. So that actually takes me 60, 70 hours a week also, but I'm really happy doing that.
And you said you got your feet wet in the reverse mortgage industry through Wells Fargo.
That's correct. They hired me they trained me as a reverse mortgage consultant, and I was servicing about 27 bank branches, Wells Fargo branches, and all the loan officers would refer to me, seniors that were interested in knowing a little bit more about the reverse mortgage.
So that must have been nice. You were having a steady pipeline from a big outfit like that, huh?
Yes. And the nice thing is that I still do. I work with a lot of the banks and credit unions because of the integrity and the respect for the seniors that I bring to the table. Yeah, they're really happy with me.
For all our listeners out there, Manny, what is a reverse mortgage? Like, explain a reverse mortgage to
It
all
almost
the
doesn't make sense,
laymen.
huh? They're going to be paying me.
You're going in reverse, like, yeah.
Explain to us in general layman term what a reverse mortgage is.
You got it. Well, a reverse mortgage, first of all, it's a government program. The government does not lend the money, but it's a government program where the seniors can tap into part of their home equity. And we create a loan for that on part of their home equity. And what it is that they have no mortgage payments on that money for the rest of their lives. It's a government program where it's guaranteed that they can stay in their home for the rest of their lives, even if there's no more equity left on their home. They get to stay there for as long as they live. So that's really an advantage.
Well, how is that possible, though, man? If they don't have any equity in the property, they can still live there? I mean,
Well, yeah, they have to start, of course, with the loan where they do have some equity in there. But the term is for the entire life of the loan. It's a totally different loan from what they call the regular loans, which they address it as a forward loan. What happens is on the forward loan, it's a 30-year loan or a 15-year loan. On the reverse mortgage, they do it for the life of the senior. So in other words, what they'll do is they'll project on the loan, on the final loan document. Let's say if the senior is like 82 or 62 or 72, they will put on the loan another 50 years on that loan to make sure that the term is long enough for the senior to be there for the rest of his life and pass away in the home. Pass away with the reverse mortgage if that's what he wants. So it's always built into the loan. The government, what it does is it's a loan that will not affect their Social Security and it will not affect their Medicare. And there is no tax on that money that's received by the seniors. And we can do a payout in a lump sum, in monthly payments, a combination of part of the lump sum and some monthly payment, a combination of whichever is more comfortable and more beneficial to the senior. Now,
Manny, if I can interject there just for 1 second, because I'm a little confused about what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
I've always understood a loan, okay,
Yes.
where somebody that you borrow money, right, and then you pay them back in installments,
Right.
okay. Now, because that's what you're calling it. You're calling it a loan, but isn't it when you do a reverse mortgage and now that you're getting payments to yourself?
Right.
And let me add something like
So that's where I'm lost. In
like
other
you
words.
first mentioned, you do need to start off with some equity. So they already have some financial gain in the property.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's a very good say. See, the loan, normally the loan to value is between 60 to 70% of the value of the home, but not to exceed $625,500. That's the maximum Federal Housing Administration lending limit for reverse mortgages throughout the entire United
So
States.
your house has to be less than 600 and
Yeah, they'll lend between 60, at maximum of 60 to 70%, depending on the age, of the $625,500. So it could be 300,000, 350. If you're like 82 or 92, they'll lend that much. If not, it might be 200.
and then they list,
150.
of course, only on the 30% or 40% equity you do have on your LTV on it.
Well, they lend on the 60 to 70, and the 30%, or say 40%, is a reserve for the equity. Now, the way reverse mortgage works is this: on a regular loan, when you make your payment, the loan goes down. But on a reverse mortgage, since there's no payment, the interest is added onto the loan, so the loan increases. But the the thing about this is that with this program, it has mortgage insurance. So it's a non-recourse loan. What a non-recourse loan means is that even if, let's say, at the end of the lifespan of the senior, he owes $500,000, and let's assume that the home value is $300,000. Well, there's a negative of $200,000. Well, because it's an FHA program, when the senior passes away, all the heirs have to do is, if they want to, they can sell the home for the $300,000, or they can buy the home for 95% of the $300,000 if they want to keep it. And what happens is the mortgage insurance from the FHA
Will
pay the
whatever
difference,
outlet.
pays the shortage to the investors. So that's why it's a viable tool that will continue and continue.
Well, do the sellers? So then the sellers at that point get nothing. There's no. They're selling the property or buying it, but really the beneficiary of that sale is the bank.
Well, at that point in time, with that example, you're correct, because the bank will get all the interest plus the principal. But the thing is, though, you have to remember that they're buying it at $300,000 when there's the value is $300,000 where there's a loan against the home for $500,000. So they don't have to pay that $200,000. They're buying it for the $300,000, and the senior, the original borrower, was able to enjoy the benefits of that loan for most of his life, which is important. Now,
Now, just to back up a quick
go ahead.
second, because I'm trying to follow what you're saying.
Sure.
Is the purchaser of the reverse mortgage, are they getting payments back from the mortgage company, or you're saying there's just no payment?
Yeah. Well, what it is, you mean not the purchaser, it's the borrower.
The borrower.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. As I'm thinking,
or the owner of the home.
The borrower that's doing the reverse mortgage on his home. Let's say we lend them $200,000.
Okay.
Okay. Because of that
much equity.
Yeah.
Right?
If he owes anything on the home, that has to be paid off also first, because this loan has to be in the first position, not a second trustee position.
So they're lending to take the first position loan. So in other words, if they have a $500,000 house, there's a $300,000 first. That $300,000 first is
to be paid.
Is satisfied, and now
the reverse mortgage loan.
The new reverse mortgage lender is now lending the $300,000, but now the interest is being tacked on to that loan.
That is correct. You're exactly right.
Yeah. So I'm following you there.
No, that's very good.
Okay, and then now are they getting payments back now, because this is where I see the reverse part, but I'm not sure if I have it right.
Right.
Is the borrower getting payments back now from the bank?
Well, let's look at that example.
Please.
On a $300,000 reverse mortgage loan, that's pretty close to maximum, possibly 350, because it's close to the 60 to 70% of the 500,000.
Yeah, that's why I use that example.
Yeah. So we would be able to, depending on the age of the senior, because it's based on the age and the value of the home, okay, and how much equity he has in there. That's the combination. So it's not like any loan. We have to put everything all the time on the computer, because based on age, everything can vary. Somebody at 62 compared to somebody at 82, it'll be a completely different situation, because the guy at 82, he'll get a lot more money than someone at 62, because they figure the 62 individual will last a lot longer.
Oh, I see.
So we're not going to give them that much cash, but we'll give somebody at 82 or 92.
So they're like lighting a fuse on that.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is people from 62 to 103. 103 is the limit. We can do reverse mortgages for someone like that.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
It's one thing to own a business, it's another to promote it. That's why thousands of business owners rely on Monster Marketing Group. Design, print, mail, custom mailers, all for as little as 29 cents delivered. That includes postage. Send to a neighborhood, zip code, or an entire city. With just a simple call, 888-49-MONSTER, you can easily promote your business, sales, events, grand openings, send coupons, and much more. Your mail delivers in as little as 5 days. No dealing with the mailing list or paperwork. Monster Marketing does all the heavy lifting. Get started now by calling 888-49-MONSTER or go to monsterng.com. Monster Marketing Group. We deliver, we give you results, we can prove it. Hello, this is Steve.
Hey Steve, it's Angela. Just wanted to see if you want to go out to lunch today.
I can't right now. I'm trying to find a company to build my website. The guy I was working with vanished and he won't return my calls.
Hey, you should call Infuse. They've helped our company with our website and it came out great. They've been around for almost about 20 years. They have great service and they're very knowledgeable.
I don't have a big budget though. You think they can still help?
Sure, I saw their portfolio. They work on all types of projects.
Is this one of those overseas companies that only communicates through emails? I want to see someone face to face to show them what I want.
Not at all. They're just down the street from you. Give them a call at 562-450-4512.
What's that number again?
562-450-4512. You can visit them at their website at infuse.com.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
It's hot out here. I need a drink. Have a mucho macho michelada. What's a michelada? Michelada is a Mexican Bloody Mary made with beer. All you have to do is get bucket-sized michelada, open it up, pour it in your favorite beer, and you're good. What if you don't like beer? You can use it in lemon lime soda, vodka with lime, or tequila with lemon lime soda. Sounds delicious. Where do you find it? You can find it at your favorite store, or you can go to muchomachomichelada.com. Find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here at the Real Estate Rant here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. And happy again to welcome Mr. Manny LaFace from Reverse Mortgage Consulting. You can reach him at 626-233-5088. If we can throw up his banner again, Mr. Pantalones. Let's give Mr. Manny a call. You can reach him also at 855-444-9798. I think that's still a good number, right, Manny?
Yep.
Okay, right on. And if we can, Mr. Pantalones, let's throw up the design deal again. If you give us a call, 855-693-4897. That's 855-693-4897. You can win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse located in the City of Commerce. Compliments of Carlos Cruz and the Pico Rivera Chamber of Commerce.
And did we give up the answer already for the fun fact? Or
We have not. Let's do it on the next. Let's do it on the next segment. Let's.
the third segment, I think we should do it now and get it out of the way.
You want to do the answer, or just
Yeah,
or you
the
want to run the
answer.
question? Okay. Well, let's ask the question one more time. It was who was the gentleman?
It was why was Pretty Boy Floyd, a gangster in the Great Depression era, was viewed as a positively by the general public.
Now, just real quick, who is Pretty Boy Floyd?
He was a gangster back in the Great Depression, bootlegging, and
Kind of looks like you there, Alonso.
does it resemble a haircut?
But if I'm reading it correctly, it says why? Because he destroyed mortgage documents.
When he robbed the banks, he would destroy mortgage documents, which freed many citizens from their debt.
Wow. So I can see why this gangster was widely popular in that era. Can you imagine not having to make a mortgage payment ever again?
He was like a Robin Hood.
Yeah. So I would venture to say that action caused the mortgage companies to legalize a lot of things that they did, so that if that document was ever torn up or whatever, they could still come after the.
I guess it wouldn't work now because now they put it in the cloud, right? And how can you destroy the cloud?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's kind of
Very
like what was it? The Fight Club when he blew up the credit reporting agencies. Well, I think that was also the Taliban's effort during 9/11. They were trying to destroy documents as well by destroying the Twin Towers.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a financial district down there.
Yeah. So, they tried anyway, but
Yeah.
they didn't succeed. What
did
they
not
didn't
succeed.
understand is something called redundancy now that exists because of what was going on here.
Yeah.
Right. With what was his name? Pretty Boy Floyd.
Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah. Well, I can see why Alonso looked that one up.
Yeah, the thing is,
I'm trying to get my mortgage paid out.
Exactly. Give us a call 855-693-4897. So during the break, Mr. LaFace was expressing some things that I
Call me
thought were
Manny.
interesting. Oh, Manny, please. Okay,
Call me
thank
Manny,
you, sir.
please.
Just trying to show some respect to my elders. I
Thank you, sir.
appreciate that. And I also appreciate what you do, because you did say the reason why you started doing this, mainly because of your passion for seniors.
That's right.
And, well, you mentioned you're a senior yourself, but... yeah, exactly. Although I don't see it as being that old, but what I'm saying is that you have a passion for that.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, that's like a niche market.
If you think about it.
To an extent, it is. Yes, I agree with you.
And so, okay, so where do we leave off of the last segment? We talking a little bit about the process, and I was trying to understand if the seniors were getting money back.
Right.
And I think I kind of understand what you were saying. If the senior is older, that he potentially get more money than somebody that starts off at a younger age.
That's right, because their lifespan is going to be quite a bit longer, maybe 20, 30 years on somebody that's 62, because you have to remember, people now are living longer because of the medical breakthroughs. And, the exercise fad, everybody's into that. So they're eating better, they're taking better care of themselves. So,
well, that and all the products that are out there right now claiming the fountain of youth.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I don't know if any of that stuff works, but
it does work.
There sure is a lot of people out there selling different things.
Yeah, I'm taking some of those new supplements that they have out there, but prescribed by a doctor, and it makes me feel terrific.
Right on. And I think you're getting younger too, Manny.
Oh, you're kind. You can't see the wrinkles around my eyes.
I'm not gonna lie. I started taking one too. It's a little blue pill called Viagra.
No, but that's
Viagra. Is that one of the fountain of youth?
Is that the fountain of youth as well? I think maybe on a different level, possibly. But see, Alonso here, if you're looking, he's 65. He's taking some of that stuff. He's doing pretty good. But anyway, so if a senior is older and starts the program later on in life,
yes,
are they getting payments back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's take an example of, let's say, a home is worth about $500,000, and if he owes about $100,000, we will pay that off, and possibly, depending on his age, we'll do a line of credit of about $100,000 to $150,000, or close to $200,000. The nice thing about it is also, if you could do a fixed rate or an adjustable. On the adjustables, you could do a line of credit. On the line of credit, if you leave that money alone, there's no interest accrued on that line of credit. In addition to that, it has a growth factor. It grows by approximately 4% annual. So I have a lot of seniors that are doing a reverse mortgage with a line of credit because they know there's no interest charged on that line of credit, and their money is growing by about 4%. So if you take, let's say, about $150,000 in the line of credit, the first year it's $6,000. Well, the second year, instead of $6,000, is compounded. So instead of getting $12,000, you're going to get about $15,000 added to that $150,000. I have clients that have had a line of credit like for 10 years, and they have $80,000 to $100,000 additional money. But that money is equity. It's not interest. It's like a bank saying, we're going to up your credit line. You can spend more money, but that money still has to be paid back because it's just money being loaned out. But, a senior at his time, an extra $100,000 added onto that $150,000, that's a lot of money that they can use to live decently, to be able to take care of their prescription drugs, medical attention, and they could party a little bit. I've had seniors one of the seniors took off for an entire month on a cruise with his wife. He'd never done it. He blew right there like $25,000, but he was really happy.
With his wife and about 5 Playboy bunnies.
Oh, dude.
Oh no, that's half.
Yeah, exactly. Half. Imagine half on a reverse mortgage. Can you imagine that? Okay, so here, so we've covered the collateral.
Right.
Okay, we've covered the security in terms of how the lenders work on it.
Correct.
What about the borrower?
Well, the borrowing is really simple because it's based on the age of the borrower and the equity on the home. So the senior doesn't have to qualify with good credit, and he doesn't have to qualify with income. Like a lot of the banks turn down seniors because they don't have the proper income to go with that. But with a reverse mortgage, the income is not important to us. Neither is the credit. So they just have to have a certain 62 and older equity in their home, and we can do the loan in 30 days or less.
So you're saying that there are some other banks that are out there doing reverse mortgages that are denying seniors?
No, I'm saying that other banks are out there doing HELOCs, which is home equity.
Oh, just regular
line of credit,
just regular HELOCs.
That's
Okay.
the regular HELOCs, and you can turn a senior down because they don't have the ability to pay for it.
Yeah,
But they have that payment also, and with a reverse mortgage, you don't have any payments on that loan.
Because I was going to say, it sounds to me like reverse mortgages were created because of the situation where a senior would have it's problematic because of their income.
Correct.
Most people's income is falling short
That is correct.
as you get older.
Yeah.
And that's the whole idea of a reverse mortgage. That was just my thought.
No, and you're 100% correct. The thing is that when they come into us, we in order, one thing I just want to back up 1 second is that in order for us to be able to take an application, and what I do is primarily I just educate the seniors. There's no selling on that. They have to do a consultation. That's a mandatory Federal Housing Administration regulation where they have to get a third disinterested party to be able to counsel them to make sure that the reverse mortgage is right for them and that it will be of benefit to them. With that counseling, they issue a certificate, and then we can start the reverse mortgage process. So it's something really valuable to the seniors. They're always protected, and that's something that I agree with all the time.
So so we've talked about the collateral or the
Correct.
house in terms of value.
Yeah.
The lender assumably does an appraisal on the property.
Does an appraisal, right? It's an FHA appraisal that they have to do on the property.
So they use FHA guidelines?
Yes,
well?
they do. FHA guidelines loan. It's an FHA loan. It's a
Oh.
reverse mortgage. It's an FHA loan. It's just a reverse mortgage where there's no. You can make monthly payments on the reverse if you want to, but there's no payments. There's also no prepayment penalty on that loan. You can pay that thing off at any time you want. There's no prepayment penalties on that.
203B is a regular loan. 203K is a rehab loan.
Right.
Does this have a code?
Doesn't have a number, no.
Doesn't have a number. Okay.
No.
Just curious because
I know about the 203K and the 203B. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions, Mr. Alonso? I just I wanted to cover that a little bit because I get questions about that a lot.
Right.
In terms of the different programs that FHA has, but when you said government program, I thought it was something else.
Right. See, the thing is, though, a lot of the seniors are concerned because they think they're going to take my house away. Well, the reverse mortgage loan is like any other loan that a senior might be doing. It's the same loan as they have. If they have a loan now, a home loan, it's the same thing.
Hey, Manny, but that's what everybody thinks. The mortgage companies are like evil. They're going to take your house if you stop making payments. That's what everybody thinks. And how many of our relatives has that happened to? Or even ourselves, right, Alonso? I mean,
well, you have to remember that part of the obligation with a reverse mortgage or any other loan is also you have to pay your taxes and the insurance. If you don't pay your taxes and your insurance, then you're in violation of the loan agreement. That's with any loan. So we want to make absolutely sure that when we do a reverse mortgage loan, that the senior is capable of paying the taxes and the insurance. Now, very important is that when the senior is no longer in the home, and let's say you have the wife that's still there, but she's on the loan, she can stay there for the rest of her life without making any payments also. That continues. So it's good for the couple, and it's good.
Now, does she have to be on title or?
She has to be on title, and she has to be on the loan.
Okay,
also.
so she's also a borrower.
Yeah, she's also a borrower as she's 62. Now, what happens is with the regulations change for, let's say you have a senior that's 62 and older, and he's married. He has to be married to someone that's young. If it's younger, like 55 years of age, we can still do the reverse mortgage, but she's considered a non-borrowing spouse. But she still has the benefits of no payments and living in there for the rest of her life also.
We'll be right back. Hold that thought. Don't touch that mouse. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more real estate rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra modern, ultra clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today. Or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
Hey, what's up, homie? What's happening?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, are you into sports?
Oh, yeah, bro. Angels, Dodgers, Ducks, all day.
Oh, yeah, you gotta listen to the Mo's Bro Sports, man. They cover LA sports.
Where can I listen, bro?
Oh, you gotta check them out on iRant Radio. That's irantradio.com or Mo's Bro Sports on Facebook. You gotta check them out, Holmes.
Okay, bro, I'll check them out.
All right, I'll check you later, homie.
All right, man. See you later, bro.
Looking for some swag? Make sure to check out monsterclothing.com. They got everything from V-necks, t-shirts, hoodies, baby dolls. And remember, custom orders are always welcome and much more. They're just not on the site yet. www.monsterclothingco.com or call them at 888-49-MONSTER. 888-49-MONSTER. Hablamos español. Doo-doo-doo!
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we're back here at the Real Estate Rant, here at the towers of the Rant Radio Network. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis, and to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez. We were talking about reverse mortgages. You can reach Mr. Manny Lafosse at Reverse Mortgage Consultants at 626-233-5088. And Mr. Manny's been filling us in on all this stuff. Manny, real quick, just a quick question.
Sure.
Before we get back to where we were on the original topics, I want to back up just a second. You as a mortgage consultant or reverse mortgage consultant,
Right.
There's licensing by NMLS.
That is correct. Yeah, we have to get a license
by lenders, so it's the same for reverse mortgage.
It's the same for reverse mortgage.
Okay,
yeah.
I just wanted to cover that real quick on the show.
You have to be state approved and federally approved.
Right on.
You have an NMLS license.
I have
lending license.
I have an MLS license and a broker's license, a real estate broker's license that I don't use.
Is that called? Oh no, I was thinking MLO, but that's different.
NMLS,
NMLS,
National
okay.
Mortgage Licensing
Yes, okay.
System.
Give us a call 855-693-4897, Mr. Pantalones, if we can throw up the design deal one last time. And I don't know, any guess on this one, Mr. Manny? What do you think? What kind of house is that? We have a multiple choice.
I think it's a Tuscan.
You think it's a Tuscan? Well, actually, Mr.
I think
Pantalones,
it's a Mar de Plata.
It is a Mar de Plata, actually. This is an area specific. Area specific homes are usually made of masonry or concrete, and they're in the Mar de Plata, Brazil.
And you gave it away in the beginning
Wow.
of it. I caught it when
Did
you
I?
said
What
it
did I
was
say?
it was
Area specific.
area specific. So I mean, anything else is area
Well,
specific.
I'm sure
Mar
there's
de
an area of the
Plata.
world called Tuscan. No, that
Well, you know,
Or Tucson?
yeah, it's the. Well, I totally missed the mark on that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's the idea of it. It's to learn these types of designs and different kinds of homes and different residences that are all over the world. We actually had a castle on last week, and that was pretty interesting.
Wow.
But the funny thing about it is that once I looked at it, because I put Queenslander on there, and the other one was Fox something, FAUX. Well, anyway, so this particular one is a Mar de Plata. Nobody called in, so it looks like Mr. Pantalones and I will probably be eating.
Oh, you're going to take my pantalones? I mean, yeah.
Which Manny, no disrespect, but his name is Manny Pantalones. It's back there in the engineer booth. So anyway, back to reverse mortgage. Which this is an interesting topic. I'll be honest with you,
Show me
because
some respect, boy.
it's a fairly new concept in terms of mortgage. Mortgage probably started off, I would say, in the late 40s.
Correct.
And so we've had mortgage around for just over 60 years, but reverse mortgage has been around for maybe 25, 30 years.
That's correct.
And so it's a fairly new concept. And so I'm trying to understand it because we're so in tune to the regular loans
Right.
that I'm trying to understand if you get a reverse mortgage and there, let's say you said it's a 60% LTV,
60 to 70%.
67% LTV. The interest is being added now to the loan, so little by little the equity on the home is being chiseled away.
That's right. It's being decreased.
It's being decreased.
The word chisel is a little bit different.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I chisel in terms of the statue in the stone, right? The homeowner now is realizing less equity in the home.
That is correct.
They're potentially getting payments back.
Yes.
On those monies.
That's right.
Is there ever a situation when they're not getting any money back? Maybe they're just not making payments?
Well, it depends on the original agreement when they do a reverse mortgage. If there's enough equity, we can do a 10-year payment, which is for the rest of his life, and that stays steady. Even though, let's say, we go through a financial meltdown and his house is devalued, that payment continues to come in no matter what till the end of his life. And then there's a term. The term is for like 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, either one, as long as there's enough equity to be able to set it up that way. We set it up at the very beginning. This tool primarily is something to allow seniors that were not able to save up enough money during their lifetime. It's a nice retirement tool. It's no qualifying other than the age and the equity on the home. And it's something that they'll be able to live a long life because it really helps them, and they don't have to have sleepless nights anymore.
So this is an alternative, and I see two alternatives here, because we did talk a little bit about HELOCs.
Yes.
So the reason why a senior wouldn't be able to get a HELOC is because they don't have the income
that is
to
correct.
support a normal, regular second on a home.
Right, and making the payments and qualifying for it, yeah.
They're unable to tap into what the equity that they have in their home.
That is correct.
So this now becomes an alternative to that, because now they don't necessarily need income as long as they have the age.
You're absolutely correct. And the equity, that's all they need.
Now they're getting the equity back.
Right. It's something like that is also, I've saved people that were in foreclosure and they had enough equity. We were able to do a reverse mortgage. Some of them were in a bankruptcy. We needed just the release of the bankruptcy, and we were able to close a reverse mortgage with a lot of clients that had enough had enough equity and the age, and there wasn't a problem with those two situations.
Because I'm trying to follow the process here.
Because now, I believe now the lender, the reverse mortgage, bought the home outright. So that would defer the...
Well, no, they never become the property owner.
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
They pay whatever they owe.
They're the trustee.
No, but they pay... correct me if I'm wrong, Manny, but you said that you guys would pay the difference of the 60% equity or 70% equity that they owe, because you guys will originally pay off the loan.
Well, upon the demise of the senior, when the senior is no longer there, both of them are no longer there. If the heirs say they want to purchase the property, they owe $500,000. But the value comes in at $300,000. All they have to do is pay the $300,000 to buy the home, 95% of that, and the mortgage insurance from FHA will pay the $200,000 difference to the investor, to the lender. And the same way, if they sell the home, if the heirs say, we don't want this home, we just want to get rid of it, and they're upside down $200,000. The mortgage insurance pays the upside down $200,000, so somebody could buy it for $300,000. Now the thing is also, it's in the reverse. If they only owe $300,000, but the house is worth $500,000, then the heirs will get that $200,000 as equity. They collect that money for themselves, and we never want the home. We do not want the home. No, none of the banks want the home back.
So even though the heirs are not going to buy it, would you sell it to the general public for 95% of the value?
Not for 95%, but it'd be for the 100% of the value.
So just the heirs get the option of buying it at 95%.
That is correct, yeah. And it has to be somebody, the immediate family, not a long-distance cousin or a friend. It has to be the immediate family.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So back to the alternative.
Yes.
The senior now has a few alternatives. They can get a HELOC.
Yes.
So they go and they try to qualify. They don't qualify. The other option at that point would say, well, we can do a reverse mortgage.
Correct.
But without the invention of the reverse mortgage, the only other alternative would be to sell the home.
You're absolutely right.
And that seems to be the reason why this fits into the lending industry, if you will, as in terms of an alternative, is the idea is that the senior would stay in their home.
Right. And most of the time when I speak to the seniors, if they've been there enough time, they say, I want to stay here for the rest of my life. This is what I'm comfortable with. My children grew up here. I want to stay here till the day I die. And most of the time we're able to accommodate them. Now, the nice thing about it is that I have clients that do a reverse, and 6 months out of the year, they have a home in Mexico. They go to Mexico. That's okay, as long as the home where the reverse mortgage is on is their primary residence. So that's not a problem. Also, if they get sick, they could be out of the home for an entire year. As long as they're able to come back after that 1 year, it continues, a reverse mortgage continues. So the system really wants to help the seniors any way possible.
I see. Okay, now, so I think we covered the triangle. We covered the collateral, we covered the lender, we covered the borrower.
Correct.
What about taxes?
There's no tax on that money that they're receiving because it's equity tax. It's not where they're going out and making a living and have to pay on that tax. So there's no taxes on that money.
So you're talking about if they're receiving a payment, there's no 1099 or anything?
No, non-taxable. No, it's not taxed. And also, it won't affect their Social Security, nor will it affect the Medi-Cal. I mean, the Medicare. Medi-Cal is a totally different subject that we don't get involved in, because we ask the senior to call their advisor and get the information there, because we're not prepared to do that. But it's a good all around situation for seniors that want to stay in the home with no payments, no worries, so you can enjoy your life and party.
Okay, even at 85, right?
Yeah,
or riding the Harley.
Yeah, you'd be
Take that month
surprised.
cruise, huh?
Well, there you go. You take
Buy that yacht with that kind of equity, huh?
You'd be surprised.
The Alaskan cruise, I think, is the popular one for the seniors. Yeah. What about Social Security? I know that once you reach 65?
65, right?
65.
Well, 62 actually still. It's 62, 63, then 65, 66, and then I believe it's 70, 71. I have a lot of seniors that are doing the reverse mortgage so that they can have enough supplemental income so they don't have to tap into their Social Security at 62 or at 65, 66. They wait till they're 70 and they get like almost 50% extra of the actual Social Security that they were going to get at 62. So it's a real big benefit, a lot more money, and it's smarter. A lot of also seniors don't want to touch their investments because they get monthly investment money. They don't want to touch those, leave them as is, so they get a reverse mortgage to do other incidental things. So it's a real viable tool for the senior community. Yeah,
I know that when you're doing an FHA loan, appraiser comes out to the property. What about health and safety issues there on the property? I mean, you've been living there for 20 years, and some appraiser comes and tells you, well, you got to fix this,
Got to get rid of all those cats.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, all the hoarding and stuff that goes on,
Yeah, well,
is that an issue?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Primarily, what FHA looks for is health and safety issues. Health and safety, that you need smoke detectors, you need carbon monoxide, and primarily the water heater has to be earthquake proof with the overflow valve on it. That's primarily it. But other than that, if there's anything else, they won't call it if it's not a health and safety issue, unless they see it's a roof. You need a new roof. Then that's what we can do. Is on health and safety issues, those have to be done before the loan closes. But after the loan closes, we can hold back money to do the roof.
Okay, well, thank you, Manny, once again for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant.
My pleasure.
We'd love to have you back. I think we covered maybe by half of that outline, but
thank you very much.
Again, thank you for joining us,
pleasure,
Mr. Manny LaFace from Reverse Mortgage Consulting. Coming up next, Three Guys Rant here at 5 o'clock, and thank you for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant. Same time, same place, next week, 3:30.
La misma hora, en el mismo lugar. XC3, Tijuana, México. Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio.
Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems.